Mark Stinson, aviation ordnanceman, third class. A lot of things happened. My first Vietnam cruise, I didn't work on the flight deck, and I really didn't know what went on the roof. And during this cruise, it was different. I was on the flight deck 16, 18 hours a day during flight quarters, and got to know faces, and probably the most vivid memory was the CO of VA-35, Commander Donnelly, he always had a smile on his face. He had a beard, he had one of those old leather flying helmets, and every time he came up on deck, he was always smiling. And I remember one night, he went out on a midnight launch, I think, and he was carrying rock eyes the missile crew we had to make sure that the proper weapons were on aircraft, what aircraft they were on, what the serial numbers were on all the missiles and bombs that were on. And so when the aircraft came back, we had to check the aircraft to see what was expended and account for the various serial numbers. And I remember that night that he went out, and we used to launch every hour and 45 minutes. And after the second launch, you'd recover the first launch. And his aircraft didn't come back. And so I went into flight deck control and asked, where at 525, whatever the number was, and they said they didn't know. So a lot of times, if aircraft would have problems, mechanical problems, they would just go to Da Nang on the ground. And so we launched the second launch, and the second launch recovered, and still no aircraft. And so I asked 2 or 3 times during the night, and they didn't know where it went. So what happened to them? And usually with the A6s, they did solo, low-level bombing runs. And somebody had told me in the squadron that somebody saw a flash in the sky where he was supposed to be. But anyway, about 20 years ago, I was checking a website. I think it was the America website or something associated with the America, and they had found his remains anyway. And but there were other pilots that we lost too. That one I didn't know him personally, but he just was such a happy-go-lucky guy, and just had an impact on me when I think about it.